Hi guys, I'm Vernice Tantuco with Rappler's Lifestyle and Entertainment Team, and I'm very excited to tell you that we are here today with Miss Universe Pia Wurtzbach. So Pia was just here last Saturday to kick off the Miss Universe pageant. She welcomed 10 of the Miss Universe candidates to our country, the Philippines, because the pageant is going to be held here in January. So we're all so excited for that. Pia, whose idea was it to have the pageant here in the Philippines?
I think it's always been an idea of the Miss Universe organization for a few years now. It's just that the timing for it never came about, I think. But I know that Paula, the president of the Miss Universe organization, she's always wanted to have the competition here. It's just that we couldn't find the right timing for it. But I guess now is the right time since we finally got the crown for Miss Universe, and it makes better sense now to do the competition here, since I can pass on my crown to the next Miss Universe here. And so it was their idea. It was also my idea in a sense where I know that that's what they wanted, and of course that's what I want too. Yes. Why not? I would love to have the competition here. That's what I told them. And then I asked them, would it be okay if I did interviews, and then I mentioned it like, hey, we actually want to have the competition here, and if anybody out there is interested in partnering with Miss Universe, then we're very open to the idea of having the competition here. So I asked them if I could say that in my interviews, and I think that's how it came about, because I started talking about it during the homecoming, which was earlier this year.
Yeah, so it got the ball rolling.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're going to be crowning your successor in January.
Yeah.
But this time last year, you were a week away from coronation night, and I'm sure you were very nervous at the time. How are you feeling now that you're going to crown your successor?
Wow. You know what? Now that you mentioned it, that it's almost December 20.
Yeah.
You're right. I really don't know what I'm going to do for my first year anniversary as Miss Universe. But it's a bittersweet feeling because it took so long for me to get to Miss Universe. And it was just the ultimate dream for me. But now, the dream the experience has to, I have to share the experience now with a new girl now. And I've come into terms with that, and I'm fine. But also I'm going to miss it, of course. Just seeing the candidates now, when I see them in their sashes with their countries in it takes me back to last year when I was representing the Philippines. And I'm not going to lie, I do miss it too. I miss being in the competition, even though, I already won, and people would think that, all right, that's it, she's done. Because I'm a fan of the competition. I'm a fan of Miss Universe, so I don't think that will ever go away. I'll always be a fan of the competition, and even when I'm not Miss Universe anymore, I'll still watch it. I'll still enjoy it, and it'll always be that bittersweet feeling of, wow, I really do miss it, but I'm happy for whatever is gonna happen next.
Do you already have plans for what's gonna happen next?
Yeah, I've started working already for next year, but I can't reveal just yet what these plans are, because I don't want to preempt things. But very exciting news, and I'm just glad that the blessings are still pouring, even when I'm now about to pass on my crown.
And we're all very excited too, I think, to see what you do next. You also, I remember you said on Saturday during the launch that you're not ready to pass on the sash. Why is that?
Of course, well, I'll always have that sash, actually, even when I'm not Miss Universe anymore. All the Miss Universes, we get to keep our sashes. So,
okay.
But what I mean is, I'm gonna miss being Miss Universe. Of course.
Yes,
I'm not gonna say that, I'm actually excited to give it up so I can roam around and be Pia again. But no, I like my job, but you know, it's time to make somebody else's dream come true, and I'm fine with that as long as I know that the judges will pick the right girl for the job, because it's a tough job.
Is there anything that you've done during your reign that you feel is still unfinished and you want the next Miss Universe to continue?
I guess, yeah, of course. It's hard to kind of gauge where the organization is gonna go without seeing the girl first, but I would like to see a Miss Universe who's still very candid and relatable.
Yeah.
So that everybody can connect with her. So I would like to see a Miss Universe that even I can relate to. Somebody who's like laid back, you know, who's glammed up when need be,
Yeah.
but can also, you know, be normal and be funny.
Yeah.
And I guess that's something that I would like to see continue on at Miss Universe, especially with now that we're handled by IMG, we're much more active on social media, and we've kind of not really rebranded Miss Universe, but sort of tweaked it in a way where we're much more approachable to the youth, to the younger crowd. So beauty pageants right now aren't being seen anymore as a competition of perfect girls.
Yeah.
It's all about, you know, sending out a message here and there. They all have a story. You notice how when a candidate gets called, her story, like her maybe 30-second story, is being featured so that we get an idea of her background, where she's from, what her experience were. So I like that part of the competition, you know, because it's not just a pretty face that you see, but a story behind it as well. So that's what I want to see. That's something that I want to see continue on at Miss Universe.
I think you really set the tone for that relatable beauty queen. And I think a common misconception that people have is that beauty queens are always glammed up. You know, they see the photo shoots and they think that's all it's about.
Yeah.
But actually, you guys work very hard and you're just normal people. And even before Miss Universe, you've been working very, very hard. What is, in your entire career as a beauty queen, what is the most unglamorous thing that you've done?
There are a lot. There are a lot. I mean, just to say it would be unglamorous in itself to admit my mistakes. But I guess some of the little mistakes I've done as Miss Universe is when I completely forget, or maybe I just don't bother putting on makeup, and then I don't realize that, you know, photos will be taken, and then I completely regret it after a few minutes, and I think, oh, I should have at least fixed my hair, at least grabbed a hairbrush before I left the door. Little things like that. Or maybe, I mean, I think I've been good with social media, whereas before, kasi I would like tweet stuff, and you know, like I don't think about what I say. But now I'm kind of more cautious, so I think I've been good at that. Most unglamorous thing, oh my gosh, I can eat a lot.
Oh.
Yeah.
Have you had any bloopers in front? Oh, okay.
Probably best not to show people how I eat, but I'm a foodie.
Yeah, because you cook too. Because you took up culinary too.
Yeah,
so.
but I like eating better than cooking.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I think that's true for a lot of people.
Yeah. So that's probably not really glamorous in some people's eyes, but whatever.
It's okay. You're doing you. It's fine.
Yeah.
You've also been very busy this past year with your advocacies, with all your projects. What for you is your single most defining moment as Miss Universe?
Well, there's a lot, because it really depends on like how. Is it on a more personal level, or is it the defining moment when it comes to the advocacy aspect of it, or is it bringing pride to the country? There's a lot that I can think of right now. The most, you know what, I hope it's going to be during the final walk, maybe that will be the defining moment where I can finally say that I capped off my year like this, and we were able to bring the competition to the Philippines, and it's a great way to kind of just end it, like, end it with a bang.
And I think you're excited to have your walk to around the stage because you didn't really get that when you were crowned. Is there anything else you're looking forward to for the pageant in January?
Yes, I'm excited for what I feel like what's going to happen is because the girls will be touring around the Philippines a lot. So in between segments, like in between the swimsuit competition and the evening gown and the Q&A, I think that's where they will put in the footages of the girls visiting different islands. So I'm excited to see that part where, to show the world what they've been up to, what activities they've been doing here, what islands they've been to, what kind of food they've tried, who they met. So I'm excited for that because I feel like it's the same Miss Universe competition I've been watching for years, but the Philippine edition of it, right?
Oh yeah, that's
Think
really
of it
exciting.
that way, right? It's like a board game, but Philippine edition siya. So it's the same competition, it's the same game we've known for years, but this time it's at home. It's here.
So we talked about your defining moment, and you say, well, it's gonna be probably next year during the pageant. Looking back, is there anything you regret, or do you have any failures?
Not really, because even the mistakes I've made, or maybe lapse of judgment here and there that I've done, I feel like I've learned from them. I don't think I've done anything that was really detrimental to my crown, where I would be really worried that I'd be stripped off my title. I don't think that I've done anything like that. So, with a little mistakes here and there, I guess I've learned from it, and I'm able to jump back into the rhythm right away anyway. So I don't like carry it with me. I don't like say, for example, I feel like I could have done a better speech at an event. Like I'm not gonna be thinking about it 2 weeks later still. I move on and then just look forward to whatever is going to happen next. So that's how I deal with things right now.
Well, I think you're doing so great. And
Thank you.
the thing is, you've also been getting a lot of hate, and you addressed your haters in an Instagram post a few weeks back, and I think it was so rare to have a personality call out her bashers on social media. Why do you think it was important for you to do that?
Because I would think it would be hypocritical of me to tell young girls or tell the youth to stand up for themselves if I can't even do it myself. I mean, I'm not setting a good example if I'm just taking everything that's being thrown at me, even though I know that, wait a minute, I actually have something to say, hear me out. So I'm not just gonna sit, just because I know I'm a public figure, but I don't think that means that I should be exempted from defending myself to people who don't even know the whole story. So I was just trying to clear things up, and that's why I did it, because I really just think that I have no right to tell other people, hey, you should go for your dreams, stand up for yourself, voice out your opinions.
Yeah.
If I can't do it, if I'm just like hush hush and taking everything that's being thrown at me, even though I know that, wait a minute, I'm right. So that's why I did that.
Where do you get your confidence? Because I know that, of course, a lot of girls look up to you and they would love to do that too. But I think it's also very hard to stand up for yourself and be confident that way.
Well, I think it's just being strong, and then, well, I wasn't like this from day one.
Yeah.
I've also had moments where some words would sting and they would hurt, and I'd feel bad about it for a while, and I sulk and it hurts. But I guess because of all the bashing that I went through before, it kind of made me bulletproof now. Maybe that's why. So the bashers actually made me stronger.
Oh, wow.
So the bashers helped me be immune from the bashers, more bashers, I guess. I don't know if that's correct.
No, that makes sense. So I remember you said, and it really stuck with me. I was watching your makeup tutorial, and you said, pain is temporary, but trophies are forever. And it was really, like, it really struck me because, again, it was like you really embrace it, you know, you really embrace that you're an independent woman, you're very confident in yourself. I think another struggle that young girls have when it comes to their own confidence is that, well, in women especially, I think confidence can be taken to be arrogance. Have you ever had to walk the line between the two?
Yeah. I mean, that's the common misconception about me, and I think that's why I have a lot of quote-unquote bashers. It's because they think, mayabang siya. When, like exactly what you said, they confuse confidence to being, you know, like, to confidence and arrogance. They confuse the two. It's like, why? What a woman can't say what she thinks and say what she feels. Like, come on, guys, it's 2017 already. We have to move on in our perspective of things. We have to open our minds and, you know, come on, like.
And speaking of moving on in terms of perspective, I think the perception around beauty pageants has really changed, especially in the past few years. In the past year, actually, in Peru, they had their first plus-size candidate. Do you think in the Philippines we're ready for that as well? Do you think the Philippines will have its first plus-size candidate soon?
You know, it really depends on the national director, of course, and the board of judges that are going to be deciding who the official candidates are going to be. I would like to see a variety of girls because I feel like being half Filipino, half German, I'm kind of different from the other candidates as well, but they still accepted me because I mean, as long as you have the right qualifications, why should you be turned down just because you're half German? So I think it's the same if you're a bit more curvy or more voluptuous, but then you hit all the qualifications of being a candidate, why can't you get a candidate number? Right? So I think it's about time that we showed some variety with looks, with different backgrounds, with even different religion. I think that would be interesting, right? So I think it's about time that we showed that in the Philippines. Are we ready for that? I think,
Okay. Well, we are down to our last few minutes, and I really wanted to ask you because Christmas is coming up. And with Christmas comes parties, and with parties comes awkward social situations. And as Miss Universe, I'm sure you know how to carry yourself.
Well, I faced the most awkward situation of my life already. So
really?
I think,
Can you tell us about it?
I think you saw it on TV.
Oh my God!
You forgot about it, but that's good, huh? You forgot about it already. That's good.
No, it's
so I think I'm an expert on awkward situations already. So.
All right. Well, I'm gonna throw some situations at you and tell us how you'd react, and maybe you can give some advice to our viewers. Okay. So say you're at a Christmas party. And you were just introduced to someone really important. A few minutes later, you encounter them again, and you completely forget their name. How do you deal with that?
You just be honest. That's how I would do it. I'll just be honest. Like, I'm so sorry. It was so crazy earlier. Can I get your name again, please? I mean, well, there's nothing wrong with asking again, rather than assuming, or then, God forbid, you say a completely different name. That's worse. Just ask them again and say, apologize, and now you have that one-on-one time with the person, that important VIP person. Then I think they would appreciate it if you were just honest and just say, sorry, it was like so busy back there. It was like, I miss it. And then introduce yourself again as well and be polite in that way, you know. That will work, I think.
And what if you're rude by accident, or you say something you weren't supposed to say?
I just apologize.
Yeah.
You know what? Honesty will really work in awkward situations. If you feel like you forgot the person's name, ask again. If you feel like you offended somebody because you missed out on this little bit of information that was, really sensitive, then just say sorry. Just say like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know, or I didn't mean that. You just say sorry.
Okay.
I think that would work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, how about, what are good conversation starters?
For Christmas parties?
Yeah. Or for parties in general.
Like you can ask a person, depende, lalaki or babae, you can ask them where they're from, what do they do for work, and then try to find a connection there. Like if they say, oh, I work at Disney, oh, I love Disney, I'm a big Disney fan, you connect it there. Or you can say, like if they say, oh, I'm from Manila. Oh, what part of Manila? And then you say, oh, I'm from Makati. Oh, yeah, I go there a lot. So, you try to find something about that person and then connect it with you, like your personal experience. Like if they say, oh, I'm only visiting here, I'm actually from Guam. And then you can say, oh, well, I've always wanted to go to Guam. I actually have a friend from there. Then that's a conversation starter.
How about if you run into an ex at a party?
You better make sure you're glammed up, girl.
What would you do?
Depends.
Would you approach the person and say hi?
Yeah, be the bigger person and approach the person. Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Even if the ex is already with someone, introduce yourself. Hey, I'm Pia, the ex of the guy. Alam mo yun? Magsisi ka
Well, of
sana.
course, you can do it.
Sa isip mo, magsisi ka sana. Magsisi ka na ba? I'm just kidding. This is why I'm getting... No, I'm just kidding.
No, it's fine, it's fine.
But I think, okay, serious. I think, introduce yourself, like, don't show that hindi ka pa naka-move on. Say na hindi ka pa maka-move on talaga. Maybe that's really the case. Huwag mo pakita.
Just pretend that you're fine. Okay.
And whoever's with you, don't try to like make the other person jealous. Don't pay any mind to it. You'll be fine. Just make sure you look good. I guess that's the best advice.
And last one, what if you're wearing the same outfit as someone?
Oh, just joke about it. Take a selfie, take a photo.
Okay.
Like, oh my gosh, fashion police tayo. Just, whatever that you think our people are gonna say, sabihin mo na. Parang inunahan mo na yung bash. It's like, oh my gosh, can you believe? Like, I bet you if we take a photo together, they'll be like, who wore it better, right? And then just laugh about it. Just, unahan mo na yung bash. Yung pagbabash para hindi ka na mabash. Ganon. Or, because it would be so awkward if you went into the restroom and you tried to do some adjustments to the dress to make it look like it was different. Come on. No, just point it out, laugh about it, and,
Okay.
Just laugh about it.
Just have fun with it.
Yeah, just have fun with it.
Okay.
It happens to everybody. It happened to me.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, okay. I think that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much, Pia, for talking to us. We can't wait for Miss Universe in January. We'll see you again very, very soon, I'm sure. Thank you so much for watching.